Hi there, everybody. This is Christian Lamb. I'm a real estate agent, and today I'd like to do some live cold calling with you. I'd like to walk you through how I cold call, how I prepare for it, and I'd like to just jump right into it. I made a video earlier showing my track record. For those of you wondering, like I said, my first year was from August 2018 to August 2019. So as of right now, I am 4 months into my second year. So I'd like to show you how far my prospecting techniques have came. Firstly, I'd like to kind of give you a tour of my office. So printer, I have a paper folding machine. These are all my scripts. So as you can see, my for sale by owner scripts are gonna go all horizontally here. So I've done this enough to where I'm aware of what I need to say, what the script's like, so I'm not going to be referring to it too often. Expired listings, online lead conversion, a marketing plan that I like to go over on the phone if need be, and some objection handlers on this end. So I couple my scripts that I have hanging on my wall with a home telephone system that I've set up here. It's got a headset available, so I'm able to speak and be able to have a hands-free experience, which is very important when I may have to refer to information about somebody's home as I'm on the phone with them, just in case I miss something. So what app do I use to kind of organize all my for sale by owners? I use Vortex, the Red X. It's a system that I bought, I believe, for 1 year, so something like $700 for a year. It might have been 6 months, hard to remember. But I'm gonna flip the camera around here to show you what Red X kind of looks like. So I have for sale by owners right here. They get updated daily. They get taken off the website if they end up being listed with an agent. So all I do is I click on somebody's information. There's a Zillow link right here. Maybe to open that up, and then I also like to open the property up on my local MLS. Before I start calling, I'd like to go into detail about what I look at, what I research about a property before I call them. I like to see how many bedrooms it has, how many bathrooms it has, what information the owner has provided to any prospective buyer on the Zillow, and I also like to see if they have any photos, so I don't contradict myself by asking, are there any updates when he's already listed any updates in a description, or ask if a kitchen's a good size if there's already photos of a kitchen, multiple different angles. So I don't want to make people feel like I'm going off of a script. I think they can see right through that, and it's very important to be genuine. It's very important to have your script down, and you'll learn it when you call people so that it sounds more organic that way. Well, I suppose we should hop right into it. I hope you guys can hear this. All right, I'm gonna get the call started. So if I have any questions, I'll just refer to my script. It's right over here. I can still see it, so it's great. Hello. Hi, I'm looking for the owner of the home for sale.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, this is Christian Lamb. I'm with Howard Hanna. I'm a real estate agent. I'm calling because as a market specialist, it's my goal to know what homes are on the market, whether they're on the MLS or they're, just like you, are for sale by owner. I was calling to ask you a few questions about the property. Still there? Okay, so we hung up, which I don't do this often because they don't usually hang up. You could tell this is somebody who's inherited the property. So on their end, they hear an agent calling them, and they just want to blow them off. They think that they're just trying to list the home, which it is what we were trying to do, obviously, but I do have buyers looking, and I do have buyers who would be interested in seeing this home. So him hanging up on us almost gives us ground to call him back in a not so happy tone, because he just kind of threw away a prospective buyer. So let's give him a call back.
Your call has been forwarded to a
It's a business.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
So I'm going to have to stop the video. I'm going to call him off my personal line, and I'm going to see if he answers. And if he does, I'll have to get back with you guys and explain how it went. Up to your to our little preview appointment. Hey, I was just calling to check in with you to see if you were still selling it, or if you had an offer on it or anything like that.
No, I only had it on the market for a week, and I took it off. I was on town for 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
I wanted to deal with it. So I'm not going to list it again until maybe spring. So.
That's right. You did say you were going to pull it off till spring. I remember now. Well, hey, do you mind if we maybe schedule an appointment for like February or March and see if I could come and meet you guys, give you a presentation?
Call me back
Call-
around that time.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Yes, sir, Joe. Hey, enjoy the holidays.
You do the same.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Bye. Forgot to start the camera. So this fella, I had actually went on a preview appointment to view his home already. He had taken it off the market since then. He had actually had it on Zillow for a day and a half, 2 days. So I wanted to follow up with him, see if he was still considering selling it, and he told me that, as you heard, he's going to wait till spring. You hear that a lot. It's difficult to change people's minds on this. But what I did there is I tried to schedule an appointment. So obviously I was not successful, but he did ask me to call him back. So I'm going to go ahead and call him back in February and see if I could list the home. It's nice. It's 300,000 plus. So we'll keep working at that one, but as of right now, he's not interested. This next person I called is a very similar situation. It's an expired for sale by owner. These are good because they've already agreed with an agent to list the home, and the agent was unsuccessful, hence the expired listing. And they're for sale by owner now, meaning that they still want to sell it, but they might not have too much trust in an agent. So at this point, my only goal is to sell myself, sell my value, and try to schedule an appointment. Now, like I had said, I've already talked to this fella before. They're in West Virginia, which is another state than me, trying to sell this from a state over, which, as you could tell, they have some issues doing that. But when I had tried to schedule the appointment initially, he wasn't interested. So I'm going to give him a call back. It's been about 2 weeks, and I'm going to see if he'd be interested in making an appointment with me now. So see how it goes.
your call, but if you would please leave me a message with the day, the time you called, and any message you'd like to leave, I'll return the call as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a great day. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
No luck. Now, as you know, YouTube is a bit of a video archive, so these videos will be around for a long time, and hopefully they gain a following. In today's market, which even in November, close to Christmas, this is a time where everything usually slows down, and even in today's market with for sale by owners, it is very, very difficult to get a for sale by owner to list with you because, I mean, there's so many buyers that they're selling them. They're selling them as for sale by owners. So you call owners who have just put their homes on the market, and they always want to give it more time. And then you go to call listings that have been on the market as a for sale by owner for a while, and they're sold. They're all sold. And if they're not sold, they're overpriced. So it's a very difficult market for sale by owners, but, we like challenges as agents, So this next person I will be calling was a for sale by owner about a month and a half ago. They had taken the home off the market. It says off market on Zillow. And instead of treating this like a for sale by owner, I'm going to treat it like an expired listing and use an expired listing script. So I'm going to jump right into that. They might not want to sell it, but it's worth a try. A lot of times you'll notice people will take it off the market because they were trying to sell before they bought, but they couldn't find a good one to buy in time. They were receiving offers and things and they didn't have anywhere to go.
You have reached the voicemail box of 330701.
Yeah, I know those Ramblers, they tend to have a lot more space than the typical ranch. So that's awesome that you have a lot of floor space and things like that. I do work in Alliance occasionally. I'm from Malvern. I live in Malvern. And the listings that I have gotten in Alliance, I've gotten a few just in the last year, and we've ended up getting multiple offers. It's just exposing it to the open market. You get every other agent in the world able to see it, and not every agent's putting in the effort that I am to check Zillow and put out these calls and learn about the homes firsthand. So is that now, does every room have a closet? Windows? Is that right? Maybe they counted it as a dining area or something on. Yeah. The qualifying pieces are a closet, some type of emergency exit like a window, and a door. And then it also has to meet a certain square footage, but if as long as one of the rooms isn't a pass-through bedroom or a nursery, just a small 15 square foot space. I mean, it's if it's closer to a bedroom than a closet, then it sounds like it would qualify. So I do. Is there a specified master, like one with maybe a walk-in closet or a bathroom in it? Is that right? Is that right? What do you do for work? Oh, do you? You know, oh man, I wish I could remember names. I'd tell you, I could probably tell you somebody I knew who worked there. It really rings a bell, but yeah, I have it written down for Tuesday at 5. I'll call you Monday just to follow up. I'd like to meet you in person and look at the home, of course. And like I said, I have a ton of buyers who, once a home comes on the MLS, they're getting emailed the second it comes up. And, you know, agents do that. So whatever boxes your home checks for people, right when it gets put up, it kind of gets fast tracked to every single qualified buyer, because us agents, we don't like to work with unqualified buyers. Is that pool still in the backyard? I saw an overhead view that had a pool. That's Is that right? Is that staying with the home? Glad to hear it. I'll tell you, people either want a pool or they despise them. So it's definitely not a win or lose situation. When there's a pool, I usually don't like to photograph it. And then if they come and they see the pool, and it's either a plus or it's either a take this thing with you, which, you know, I'm sure we could get somebody in there to take it out. But of course not. Are you relocating? Oh, okay. You'd like to stay in Massillon, though? Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah, as long as the commute's not too bad. That's funny you say that, you know, because, like I said, I actually graduated from Malvern High School, but right before that, I did grow up in Massillon. So I kind of have best of both worlds, I guess you could say. I'm familiar with both there. So who knows if, yeah, definitely. Well, you know, when you go to buy a house, you don't have to pay the agent, which you'll find that out when you set aside a commission. You know, it's a seller who pays it, and then you go to buy a house, and then you don't have to put that big lump sum aside. So that's awesome. But yeah, I'm looking forward. Do you have any questions? I mean, as far as putting it up, or I know you want to wait till the first of the year, which it's not a bad idea. I mean, and you know what? With this winter, it's, you know, you only get serious buyers coming out. You get a ton of lookers, and you get a ton of people. I mean, with you being a for sale by owner, you know, the calls you're getting are land contract, like you said, and agents trying to solicit. And, you know, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just about a month now, so. Oh, most definitely. Is it all cleaned out? I mean, is it move-in ready, would you say? Is that right? So you're still occupying it? Yeah, so if somebody wanted a quick possession, it wouldn't be a huge deal. That's cool. That's awesome. So, you know, I have to ask, is your ex still on the deed for that? That's good. Mm-hmm. Couldn't. It can be a big nightmare. Is that right? Ah, that makes sense. Well, hey, it's good you own it outright now. I mean, do you have a lot of equity to move around with the price? That's good. Are you confident with your price? I wouldn't know without looking at it, so I'm just wondering. Okay. Oh, you do know that if I come there, what I would do is after I left, I go and did my research to see what the price is, and I think I could, if the price is there, which often it is, you can get more money out of your home with an agent. So I'm wondering if we could incorporate my commission into the price to where you'd still, you know, on paper it'd look like you were still be selling it for 150, but we were to go up to say, you know, 154, 155, it would cover it. And you know, not trying to push or anything like that, but as far as if you had a number you were wanting to get out of the home, it's one of those things that you can almost always work around. So I'm with Howard Hanna, by the way, and I want to, you know, my name's Christian Lamb. I want to make sure you remember me if I call you back. Cool. Well, I'll shoot you a call on Monday this week, and I'll wish you a happy Thanksgiving for tomorrow. Yes, sir. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll be around. If you have questions, feel free to text me, or if you have to cancel or anything like that, we can reschedule. So, alrighty, Harold. Thank you. Bye. So, that was the first guy I called in this video. He is... you and I were under the impression that this guy was blowing us off. He heard that I was an agent because he answered the phone. And then he went ahead and passed on talking to us, and he hung up on me, and I was under the impression he didn't want to talk, but he had just called me back after we just made all our calls here, and he told us he was in work and he plans to list it January 1st if he doesn't receive any offers. So right now it's almost December 1st, so with good follow-up and with a good preview appointment, which that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, is a preview appointment. Tuesday, I'm sorry. A preview appointment, you know, one, it is to look at the home for the buyers that you're representing, if you actually do have buyers who are interested. But two, it's transitioning you from just a telemarketer calling to an actual face that he can remember, and a relationship and rapport that you can build to get yourself that much closer to listing the home. So I know I turned it on a little late, but the conversation pretty much started out with me saying, you know, hello, this is Christian. He said, hey, sorry, I couldn't talk to you. I was in work. And I said, it's okay. You know, typically when somebody wants to hang up after you say you're an agent, they think you're just trying to solicit their business. And I was calling you to possibly view the home with the buyer I have. So it's a full 180. I wasn't going to answer his call. I considered it. Now, you know, people are going to disagree with that. But if you feel like somebody's not going to respect your time and respect what you have to say, then you have the opportunity to choose whether you want to speak to that person or whether you feel like that's going to be a waste of time or time well spent. So I decided to answer that guy's call, and it worked out. So maybe a listing. So we'll see. But that's a great lesson I think we learned today. So thanks for sticking around. I'm not going to make any more calls. It kind of gets lengthy here. I'm going to cut out the non-answers, things like that. So thanks for listening.